Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to continue working on our series book club and learning about characters. So last week you started reading your book and you should have learned a lot about your character. You were collecting information about your characters and how your characters responded to problems. So this week we're going to continue with our same series book because you read about half of your book last week, and we're going to plan on finishing our book this week.
So we want to start today's lesson with you imagining something, and I want you to think about what you know about Frog and Toad already. So we learned a couple of things last week, and now we're going to imagine something. So I want you to imagine that Frog and Toad get to go on a hot air balloon ride. It's a special time where they get to go up in the air and look down at the land and the sea, but it's early in the morning and they have to get up. It's cold outside, but it's only a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So I want you to think, would Frog and Toad want to go on this hot air balloon ride? And I was thinking, well, I know a little bit about Frog, and that he probably would love to go on this hot air balloon ride. He likes to have adventures, he likes to see new things. But I was also thinking about Toad, and I know that Toad doesn't like to get up early. He likes to sleep. He doesn't like to be cold. So I'm thinking that based on what I know about Toad, he would be really hesitant to want to go on this hot air balloon ride. And Toad would probably have to really encourage him to come with him in the morning, which this little story kind of leads us to our next thing we want to teach you about reading about your character.
So today we want you to make a prediction based on what you know about the characters in your book. So we're going to use Days with Frog and Toad, and we're going to think about this story that's called The Hat. So I'm thinking Toad, for some reason, is not going to like his hat very much because he always seems to be grumpy and have a problem. So I think he's not going to like his hat. And the reason I think that is because based on the other stories we read, Toad always seems to be grumpy and not happy.
But as I've been reading Frog and Toad as well, I am going to predict about Frog. And I think Frog will help Toad solve his problems. I know from the other stories that he helped him in The Kite and he helped him in Tomorrow. But I think in this story, I can even tell from the picture here, he's looking and thinking, how is he going to help Toad? So I know in each story, Frog helps Toad overcome his problems by the end of the story. So I think in the hat, Frog is going to help Toad with his hat.
So today, as you get ready to start reading the next chapter or 2 or 3 in your series book, we want you to stop and make a prediction before you read. What do you think your character will do next in your book? And tell us why you think that. So if you're reading one chapter, you're going to write your prediction and your reasoning, and then you're going to read a chapter. Then before you start the next chapter, you're going to write your prediction and your reason, and then read the next chapter.
So you are going to continue with your same series book and get a little bit farther, and now you're going to use what you know about your characters to make predictions. And we as second grade teachers are really excited to hear about your book that you're reading. We will be hopefully talking to you soon, and we'll be hearing about your predictions for your characters and what's going to happen. Happy reading!